What's going on, guys? TKD123 video, and today we're going to go over the official PlayStation E3 2017 conference, guys. You guys know I was hyped for this. You guys know I'm ready for this wholeheartedly, guys. You are aware that I love Sony. I'm a PlayStation guy, so this is definitely what I was waiting for, E3 the whole way, guys. And let's get right into my review and what I thought about the conference going on here, right? So they started off here with Uncharted Lost Legacy. Now, we all know, we already know about that game or aware of that game. They just showed another trailer just kind of portraying and stuff like that. And again, it is coming out here in August, so expect a live stream, let's play type of thing on my channel where I'm going to be live streaming the whole game, right? Like, whenever I play the game, I'll be live streaming it, but it will also be uploaded to my channel right afterwards, so I'll be doing that thing. Make sure you definitely check out that, because I would definitely be checking out Uncharted Lost Legacy, because I love Uncharted. You guys know that, I'm aware. Next up here, they went on to describe the Horizon DLC. Now, they talked about this a few weeks ago. I think it was off of a tweet or something like that, where you know, the studio head was like, hey, yo, listen, we're gonna do post-game content, whatever like that, post-release content. And so we finally got the full details on that, and it's called Horizon Zero Dawn: The Frozen Wilds is what the DLC is called. And there isn't that much DLC, but basically what the kind of trailer showed was that, like, Aloy is looking for answers again, which is kind of funny because she's always looking for answers in this game, but she's looking for answers in the mountains, in the wilds, like in this frozen kind of place, where then, like, there were some scenes where we had some people wearing the head of some of the robots, stuff like that. So looking pretty cool. I can't wait to play that as well. I'm looking hype. A game that really surprised me, that was really good to see, was Days Gone. Now, we all know Days Gone, I feel needs to launch. Like, it needs to get out there as soon as possible, because if we have that game, next to The Last of Us 2, then we're gonna have some issues. Like, we have some real problems right there, right? So I'm hoping that this game launches in a fashionable time. But basically, what they showed here at E3 was kind of a different take on it. So I feel like with the first showing, it was weak, right? Like, it was like, oh, okay, cool, you're just showing you a bunch of zombies, whatever, who cares? But then in this one, they're showing more story development, they're showing character development. It's looking really cool, honestly. This showing really surprised me, because honestly, I wasn't gonna get Days Gone until I saw this. Unveiling and just all that from E3 right here. It's looking like I'm gonna buy this game. Like, it's looking really cool and stuff like that. And it's looking pretty smooth, everything all good. But the only downside to this was that we didn't get a launch window or launch release date. Like, we didn't get anything of that sort. So that's pretty hard to see, honestly, because I'm hoping 2018, I'm thinking, obviously, sometime 2018, hopefully, right? But there wasn't a date given, so that's what's kind of got me like, oh man, I don't know. So hopefully we will get a date pretty soon for that game. Next up, they announced a Monster Hunter World game. Now, again, I'm not the biggest fan of Monster Hunter, but from the stream I was watching, they were hyped for it, because this looked way better than any other Monster Hunter game that they had beforehand, right? So it's looking pretty good there. From people that know Monster Hunter more than me, I don't know it personally, but from a lot of people that were in the stream that I was watching, they all pretty much enjoyed the showing of Monster Hunter World, and it's coming out early 2018, so definitely check out that as well. And then next up here, they showed up a game that apparently was a huge deal. Apparently it was a very big deal. I think this game is the first game in the kind of streamlined games that would become The Last Guardian. I think they're all connected in some type of way. I'm pretty sure that's a known fact. I may just be showing my dumb ignorance in that gaming from that time, but Shadow of the Colossus is getting a remaster, right? Apparently it's a big deal. A lot of people flipped out. A lot of people lost their minds about that. So definitely it was like pretty cool to see there. So get hype for Shadow of the Colossus. It's coming out 2018. A lot of people were denying that date, that they weren't going to hit it. I don't know, but Shadow of the Colossus remaster 2018. Then they went on to show some Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite gameplay, and a lot of people were saying that it wasn't the best graphics. And me, I would kind of agree. Honestly, like, it looked kind of weird to me. But it looked okay. It looked just like a regular standard Marvel vs. Capcom game. Wasn't anything that really blew me away personally. It's coming out September 19th, so definitely make sure to check out that as well when it comes out. So looking pretty cool there. Next up, they showed up Call of Duty World War II. Obviously, my bread and butter, their Call of Duty, and it's looking really good, guys. Looking really good. There have been some multiplayer gameplay release as of this recording. I haven't checked it out yet. I have no idea what it looks like yet. I'm gonna go back to my hotel room and go look at it after just getting this video out. But it's looking good. Call of Duty World War II, I'm hyped for it. I've been excited for it. A lot of people are saying that like, this is the return of Call of Duty, and not even people that are saying that, oh, like, overhyping the game or whatever. Like, they're not overhyping it from what they say. They said that like it is truly authentically the old school version of Call of Duty. So hopefully we get that here with Call of Duty World War II. Next off, you know, with Bethesda, right? They had the showing of Fallout VR and Doom VR, and they can also add Skyrim VR to the list because Skyrim is getting a VR update. I don't know if it's gonna be an update or it's gonna be, you know, somewhat of a like secondhand release, whatever. But Elder Scrolls Skyrim will be getting a VR support, and it's looking really, really cool, looking dope. Like they had this kind of gameplay thing where you had two hands, and that was like what you were using, you know, in the VR space. Looking pretty good there. And next off, they showed off a lot of VR games. So definitely one of my highlights of this whole thing was that they showed off a ton of VR games, ton of support for it. And next up, they showed off a game called Star Child, which from my notes, it's looking basic and childish. It's looking like, you know, you're on a platformer thing and stuff like that. And a lot of people were just kind of about it. So that's the one thing, you know, just a lot of people were kind of about it, you know. So that's just what that was. Next up, they have a cool horror game for VR called the Inpatient. And, you know, there's no details about it, you know, more nitty gritty about it. But it's basically you're, I believe, some sort of patient. And there's a doctor that is involved in the story, so looking pretty cool there. You know, looking very horror-y, very dramatic. So definitely excited for that. We got Monster of the Deep, Final Fantasy 15 looking, I guess fishing game type of thing. I didn't really pay a lot of attention to it. There was that looked okay, looked pretty cool. Next up, they showed off a new game here called Bravo Team, which is pretty much a first-person shooter in the PSVR space, which is like that one game that just came out. What was the one game that just came out that had the gun in VR? Whatever that was. That was also a FPS and first person in VR. So they'll be really getting everything like that. Pretty cool to see that, you know, that whole kind of genre thrive in VR. So definitely hype about that. Then they showed the game that I like the most, right? This VR game called Moss, right? It's basically where you're playing as God, right? Like you are controlling the world, but you are controlling the world in the support of this little mouse, right? And this little mouse has to fight enemies, has to get to different places and stuff like that, and you are helping him do that. So that looks super dope in my opinion. Arguably, this next game is probably my second game of the show. My first is my first, but my second is God of War here. Now, God of War looks dope, man. I'm loving this God of War look. It's looking fantastic, dude. I cannot wait for God of War, man. Like, they showed more combat and a lot of gripes and concerns, right? So with them kind of changing the kind of tone and like how the camera looks in this God of War, right? Like a lot of people were concerned about how would the hack and slash thing look in this game, and it definitely works. It works off. You're doing crazy things to your enemies, like it's looking dope. God of War, Kratos looking amazing, bro. So definitely have some of that and stuff like that, and that's coming out early 2018. They officially said. So I'm thinking that maybe could this be the February game that Horizon was for 2017? Like, could they be doing that here for this game in 2018? Like, I'm thinking maybe we'll be getting a date in February for this game for its release. Next up here, I want to kind of rant about I'm gonna rant about Detroit Become Human here, guys. And look, man, the game looked cool, the game looked awesome. It's obviously gonna be awesome, right? But my thing is, they did not give a date. They still don't have a date for this game, and it's like, dude, you have shown this game, I swear to God, like 3 times, and like we just want it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you aren't even giving us a year. Like, there is something wrong with that game. That game, there's something horribly wrong with it. In development, I feel definitely a bad sign there. Hopefully it will get cleared up, but I don't know. Next up, they showed off Destiny 2. They showed off the antagonist. Is basically like a white big version of Darth Vader looking type of thing. It's looking cool. It's looking awesome, and it's coming out September 6th. We already knew that, stuff like that. But you know, we're also getting like a bunch of free content. And like really content that is exclusive, I believe, to PlayStation. So like we're getting like a exclusive strike, we're getting weapons, we're getting gear and stuff like that. So a lot of cool things that we'll be getting off the block for PlayStation exclusively. So definitely check out for that if you are into Destiny. All right, guys, I need to get up for this one. I need to change my perspective here. Hold on, boys. The last game they showed off here was Spider-Man. Holy crap. Guys, I don't even know how to explain how good the Spider-Man gameplay looked. Like, there were moments there where I legitimately almost cried, and there were times there where I thought I was gonna break down. Like, I thought, you know, I don't deserve this game. You know, I'm not the sweetest apple in the bunch. You know what I'm saying? I don't deserve this good of a Spider-Man game, but we're getting it. But we're freaking getting it, boys. And this looks, oh my God, it's looking so good. And then we got that teaser of Miles Morales. Miles Morales is in the game, boys. Miles Morales is in this game, guys. I don't even know what to even tell you other than go look at the gameplay, because it's amazing. It is fucking phenomenal. I cannot wait for Star Wars too, but Spider-Man as well. Cannot wait for that. Overall here, man, I would say like this press conference is like the worst one in a few years, right? Now I say that, you know, because when we think of the years of 2013 to 2017, right? I mean 2016. I'm sorry. You know, when we think of those PlayStation E3 press conferences, those were absolutely like phenomenal. Like those were knocked out of the park. Crazy, insane, like dope announcements, dope stuff, right? And you know, here we got some good stuff, but a lot of it we already have, like we already knew about. You know what I'm saying? Like we already knew about the majority of them, other than like the VR titles. But we knew about the majority of them, and you know that like they were gonna come out and stuff like that. And for a lot of them, we didn't even get dates for them, right? Especially for Detroit. And now that one, I don't understand why that didn't get a date yet. But overall, I feel like this was a pretty good conference. Honestly, like it wasn't the worst, wasn't the best, but you know it was somewhere in the middle, right? So I'll give PlayStation, you know, their thumbs up. Pretty good. Didn't blow me away like they had before, but pretty good stuff, right? That is my take on the PlayStation E3 conference. If y'all enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share down below. I appreciate all the videos you give me. Thanks for watching, and as always, I got you.